It had been 3 years since Jungkook left for New York to manage his family overseas business empire. Their years since he had walked out of Anne's life without a goodbye, leaving her with nothing but an unanswered question and a heart full of bittersweet memories. Wine had moved on, or at least she told herself he had. He buried herself in work, climbing the ladder at the very company Jungkook's now owned. It was ironic. Really, the boy who once held her hand and promised her the stars was now her boss. When the announcement came that Jungkook was returning to Seoul at the new CEO, Wine was not sure what to feel. Was she angry, hurt, relieved? It did not matter. She had a job to do and she was determined not to let the past cloud her professionalism. The office buzzed with anticipation on the day Jungkook arrived. Whisper filled the corridor about the young, charismatic CEO, whose name alone commanded respect. Vine sat at her desk, pretending to be unfazed, but her heart betrayed her with its erratic pace. When Jungkook finally walked into the conference room, she almost forgot how to breathe. Dressed in the tailor suit that screamed authority, he was every bit the man she remembered, but colder, more distant. His eyes scanned the room, indifferent until they landed on Vian. For a fleeting moment, something flashed in his gaze, but it disappeared as quickly as it came. He nodded curtly, acknowledging her presence before diving into business. Weeks passed, and Jungkook maintained a professional yet detached demeanor with Vian. It was as if the memories they shared never existed. He treated her like any other employees, polite but distant. Yet there were moments that left Ryan questioning everything. The lingering glances when he thought no one was looking. The way he seemed to appear whenever she was struggling with the task. The subtle tension that hung in the air whenever they were alone. Was he testing her, or had he truly forgotten about her? One late evening, Vian found herself working overtime. The office was empty, save for the faint hum of the air conditioner. She was so engrossed in her work that she did not hear Jungkook enter. Still here, his voice startled her. Vian looked up, her breath hitching at the sight of him. He had loosened his tie, and his hair was slightly toasted, a rare, valuable side of him. I had some reports to finish, she replied, trying to keep her voice steady. Chunkus leaned against the doorframe, his gaze intense. Do you ever stop working? Do you? She conjured, surprising even herself with her bluntness. He smirked, but it did not reach his eyes. Touch. For a moment, silence enveloped them, heavy with unspoken words. Why are you avoiding me? Van finally asked, unable to hold back any longer. Jungkook's smirk vanished, replaced by a guarded expression. I am not avoiding you. Yes, you are. Ever since you come back, you are being distant. Do you even remember me? Her voice creaked, butchered the emotion she had tried so hard to suppress. He looked at her, his jaw clenched. Of course, I remember you. Then why? Because I needed to know if you remember me. Wayne stared at him, confused. What are you talking about? Jungkook sighed, running a hand through his hair. Do you have any idea how much it hurt to leave? I did not have a choice, Ryan. My family needed me in New York, and I could not take you with me. You did not even say goodbye, she whispered, tears swelling up in her eyes. I know, and I hated myself for it, but I thought if I stayed away, it would be easier for both of us. Easier. You disappeared, Jungkook. Do you know how hard it was for me? He stepped closer, his voice softening. I came back because I could not stay away any longer, but I needed to know if you still cared, if I still mattered to you. And what if I did not? She challenged. Then I had let you go, he said, his voice barely audible. But if there's even a chance? The tension between them was palpable. Van searched his eyes, looking for answers. You hurt me, Jungkook, she said, her voice trembling. I know, and I will spend the rest of my life making if up to you, if you will let me. For the first time in years, Van saw a flicker of the boy she once loved, the boy who promised her the stars. Prove it, she said, a small smile breaking through her tears. Jungkook smiled back, the genius smile that melted away the cold facade he had worn for so long. I will, I promise. In the weeks that followed, Jungkook and Ryan worked to rebuild what they had lost. It was not easy. There were arguments, misunderstandings, and moments of doubt. But there were also moments of laughter, stolen glances, and quiet nights spent reminiscing about the past. Jungkook was no longer the cold CEO who kept his distance. He was the man who fought for Ryan, who proved that some promises are worth keeping. And as they stood on the rooftop of the office buildings looking out at the city lights, I realized that sometimes love is not about forgetting the past, it's about finding your way back to it. Do you still want the star? Jungkook asked, his voice shining with hope. While looked at him, her heart full. I don't need the stars, Jungkook. I just need you. And for the first time in years, everything felt right. The end.